Hey YouTube, so I wanted to do an update for you all. Josiah is now 1 month old.
Hey Josiah, you're 1 month old today. How's that feel, little man? Hey Tink Tink. Aww.
So we about to drop the baby off at Grandma's house while Mommy goes on her interview.
Tink Tink, say hey YouTube. Hey YouTube. Hey.
And he actually turned 1 month on July 16th. And I just wanted to update you on me, him, and how I'm feeling a month after a C-section and what happened for me and what to expect and how my body reacted to it. I will say that the first week was probably the roughest part of healing from a C-section. In the hospital, they are very good at giving you your medicine, monitoring your pain tolerance, and making sure that you feel okay. But after day 3, when you go home, you have to be in charge of that for yourself. And it can be hard because you have your newborn with you. Now, I will say it's a lot easier if you have help, and help is recommended. But for the most part, I didn't have much help with my son because everyone was at work. The main thing that was hard for me was when I would start to experience pain and I forgot to take my pain medicine. The best thing to do, and I actually should have remembered this from when I broke my ankle 4 years ago, is to stay on top of the pain. So before it even happens, go ahead and take the pill. In the hospital, they had me on Percocet and Motrin, and I think it was like 800 milligrams of Motrin. It was very, very like numbing that first day because I also had the anesthesia from the cesarean, and that medicine did not wear off until I think 24 hours after my C-section. So I had the numb feeling below my waist along with the Percocet and the Motrin monitoring my pain. After that medication wore off, my pain level probably got to about a 6 the whole time that I was in the hospital, and then they would just give me something right away. On day 3, the nurse actually gave me 2 tablets of Percocet, and it made me feel awful. Like I had a panic attack. I called my dad crying. My head was spinning. It just gave me this really awful high drowsy feeling, and I really did not like it. So I asked not to go home with that same medication. What they gave me when I went home was oxycodone, and I'm familiar with that because that was what they gave me for pain when I broke my ankle 4 years ago. It didn't make me feel sick, but it does make you feel sleepy. So after about the first week, my pain started to ease up, and I wasn't even taking 2 tablets a day or 3 tablets a day. And what I started to do is I would just break them in half and take half a tablet. By week 2, I wasn't even taking the medicine anymore. After a cesarean, your stomach is not the same for a while. My stomach is still not the same. It's still not where you're supposed to have a bowel movement at least once or twice a day. Not at all. I didn't have a bowel movement for the first week after my C-section, and then after I did have a bowel movement, they would come every maybe 2 or 3 days, and they said that was completely normal because they had to cut through all of that in order for me to have that C-section. And they had my bowels and my urine going into a bag shortly, or they connected me to a bag, and I was connected to the bag for the first 12 hours. But even 5 weeks later, my bowel movements are still not the same. Now, I did not experience hemorrhoids or pain when using the restroom going number 2 until recently. The first couple of weeks didn't have any pain. I was really excited because I read up on the pain that you have in between the vaginal and anal tissues from pushing. And I was like, yes, I dodged that bullet. But I honestly did not dodge that bullet all the way because of being backed up, because of not having that regular flow of bowel movements. A lot comes out at once and it causes straining. Now, they did prescribe me stool softeners, and I was like, I have plenty of stool softeners at home, I don't need these. But come to find out, you actually are going to need those stool softeners. At least I did, because it's going to be hard for you to push all of that out when it's built up for several days. And then on top of that, you're going to strain and it's going to be sore. Now, the whole coughing and sneezing thing, it does not hurt me to cough or sneeze anymore. But within those first 14 days, it was definitely hurting. What helped me was just use a pillow and cough against that. Also, what I would do is I'd sit straight up as I'm sitting right now. I would put my feet together like this, and I would kind of squeeze with my vaginal muscles if I had to cough, and it wasn't an off guard thing. Now with a sneeze, sneezes are usually off guard, so you can't really do that, but with a cough, you can kind of stifle that cough until you're ready for it, and that kind of helped me with the pain. But at this point, coughing, sneezing, laughing, none of that hurts. But within that first week, definitely within the second week, it was still present, and then it just kind of faded out. The C-section, I don't know if it's because I'm only 22 years old, but it wasn't that bad of a healing process. Honestly, I remember my broken ankle being a little worse than my C-section. But the only thing that I would have done differently, and that I will do differently whenever I have the next children, unless I just feel awful, because I felt excellent the whole pregnancy with Josiah, is I would exercise during my pregnancy. When you have a baby and you don't exercise and you don't do anything for the whole 9 months. Mind you, I had a 7-day schedule. I was busy. I was on the go. I was walking my campus. But I mean, regular exercise. Like, if you weren't pregnant, walking your campus wouldn't count as exercise. It would count as taking a random stroll across your campus, if that makes sense. Your skin is going to get a little loose. Now, it's not going to be loose like a 80-year-old woman loose, but it's not going to be as tight. As I remember when I was doing them lunges and I was doing those squats, my body was tighter and it was firm. When you don't do that, your skin loosens because you're gaining all this weight. Your stretch marks. I didn't care about stretch marks. After I gave birth and, I got home and I started looking at my stomach and I was excited about it going down, your stretch marks are going to change. So I see why people say they don't want them at all, because if you don't have them at all, you're not going to have these stretch marks on your stomach that are going to look different and discolored. They weren't that bad to me. They just looked like they had little dark marks at the tip of them while I was pregnant. After the baby was born and my stomach went down, those became darker marks on my stomach. And I was just like, now I know why they call them tiger stripes. But it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. What is more important to me is toning up and getting my body back in tip-top shape so that the next time that I'm pregnant, I won't get up to almost 250 pounds. I'm excited. I feel so confident and happy. And y'all, I've lost all this baby weight within a month. Like, I did that update for you where I lost 22 pounds. I weighed myself a couple days ago and I was down 3 or 4 more pounds. I only gained 25 pounds with him. So literally I am at my pre-pregnancy weight, and I'm super excited because I know that I can be under 200 by the end of the year. But that's just my update video. I just wanted to update you all on the different things that happened with me while I was recovering from my C-section. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.